everybody, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, everybody, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, that's a new one. Anyway, sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to The Demon of Gundam by Shaman King 100. So, without further ado, let's get into it. In 3, 2, 1. Dang. That's the interesting thing about Gundam. It's like for anyone who hasn't like seen like Mobile Suit Gundam, the overall premise of it is anti-war effectively, and it shows you the like costs of war and what it can lead to. So yeah, that's one of the main draws of Gundam. I'm assuming this is from Iron-Blooded Orphans, which I've heard is like one of the most realistic ones, depictions of war, I guess.
So, you want to do more hood rat stuff? Yeah, this cold-blooded psychopath is Mitsurugi. He is the spawn of Vaughn, a man with no ambitions other than to follow whatever orders his best friend Orga gives him. As Mitsurugi, aka Mika, is down to go to war and kill every and anything in his way if it makes Orga and his friends happy. And Orga, his best friend, knowing this, makes sure to use Mika to his fullest potential so they can reach their dream. Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans was my way back into Gundam. After not watching for so long, this show really looked at all the other mech animes and said, hey, we should really focus on that child soldier aspect. Because we're not watching some kid whose dad was a scientist or some soldier that's fighting a war for a cause. Oh, we're watching actual orphans, people with little to no family at all, fighting for each other to survive and having to work for a company that looks at them as expendable tools, as the only value to the adults have for the kids is the equipment that they shove into them, which the surgery just to even put these things kills most of the kids that try. But that's light work for our main protagonist, who done got the surgery 3 times, and they were at risk of living life and dying just being a tool. That was until they got a job to protect someone, and her arrival and what she could do for them changes the whole course of the series, as she then came to Mars and people were trying to assassinate her, and then protecting her, knowing if they could get her back, they could be recognized as their own branch of people. But of course, Gjallarhorn and everyone else was not about to let that happen and tried their best to kill him. And because they were living on Mars, the people of Earth did not look at them as humans and were down to kill every single person, man, woman, or child in the
that's I guess classic Mobile Suit Gundam. It's been a while since I've seen a Mobile Suit Gundam series
vicinity. Oh, and the adult bosses were like, oh, heck no, we getting up out of here. Goodbye to y'all.
You get the whole shebang of child soldiers, following orders. A bunch of people that don't care about their humanity and stuff like that.
Kids, we just gonna start anew. Oh, and Orga being the brains of the operation, like, oh, they trying to leave us out to dry. Mika, give them the termination papers then.
Damn.
Boy, that man Mika loyal to that, and boy say shoot, this man is shooting. And this is where we will meet some of the antagonizing force against our kids, being Gjallarhorn, which is pretty much the Royal Space Army of Earth. As a lone Gjallarhorn soldier pulls up, that being Lieutenant Crank, challenging to fight these kids one-on-one to send their greatest soldier, as he heard they got a demon among them. And boy, when I say demon was the perfect wordage, I am not saying that lightly or making some Gen Z slang about demon time, as someone had the idea of naming every mech in this series after the Arcoatia and the 72 demon lords of Solomon. Yeah, the same demon mythology that people Croatia and the 72 someone had the idea of.
You got Baal, Argarus, Vasago. Is that Saminaga or Mingina, Marlux, Velafor, Amon, Barbados, Paimon, Bor, Ushion, Titri. Oh shit. So wait. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This reminds I forgot the this reminded as soon as I saw that name, I was like, oh, Oh wow. Okay, so that show was actually using like these as like for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about. If you've seen High School DxD, and I know that's an acquired taste of a series, then some of these names might seem familiar to you. Apex, Marax, we got Salt Citry, and Lotus.
Of naming every mech
Where's Grimmery?
in this series. After the Arcoatia and the 72 demon lords of Solomon. Yeah, the same demon mythology that people really tried hard to connect Pokemon to.
Every time,
yeah, the
really?
same demon mythology
They
that
really
people
tried
really
that?
tried hard to connect Pokemon to.
every time that you see Mewtwo,
Mythology that people really in the 72 demon lords of Solomon. Yeah, the same demon mythology that people really tried hard to connect Pokemon to.
every time that you see Mewtwo, he's in this pose. 3 fingers. It means hail Satan.
But if you're wondering which of the 72 demons that our guy's main Gundam is named after, would it surprise you that it's the only one with a gun? Oh, talk about menace to society. But it's also the demon known to lead men to hidden treasure, that being Barbatos. You've come to challenge me? All right, let's get to it. Oh, it all hurts. Oh no. Oh my God, you're a kid. Bing bang. Now from here, the show really starts to open up as the kids now have taken over the company now known as Tekkadan. But now that the kids have taken over the company, they know they have to do a lot of work if they want to reach their goals. You know, bringing this girl back to Earth, gaining power and money, and as well making allies. That being with the mafia, this really cool pirate guy that I like who literally has a harem of women and even has a daycare for all the kids that they make and becomes the big brother figure to Orga and Mika. But this big other influence might rub off on our 2 protagonists later on. We'll talk to it when we get to it. And then there's people like McGillis, who's living a Minecraft YouTuber's dream.
Maggie!
By marrying his best friend's sister, who's 9. Nah, bro, if I'm over here having an organization
The fuck?
filled with kids and orphans, the last thing I am doing is having this guy anywhere near us. Boy, that's like letting Dr. Disrespect loose on a Roblox server. It is GG's. You are asking for someone to be touched. Nah, and the best friend's extra creepy about it. He's like, hey, bro, I'm so glad
that we're gonna be like brothers when you hook up with my
9-year-old sister.
Understand that it's an arranged marriage for power, but God, it's still nasty to see. But for now, Tekkadan has gone through a long journey to finally make it on our Earth and have a whole plan set out. But sadly, try as they must, they lose people on the way. And one of the most integral characters to their crew that was the glue to them ends up passing away after being attacked by this female Gundam rider. And boy, to let you know that these kids have killed and destroyed everybody they face so far indiscriminately. No hard feelings. War is war. But when this shawty done killed they mans, oh, she was gonna find out retribution quick. Bro, shawty had the gall to try to pull up on them while they're making their way to the city with her 2 subordinates like, hey, y'all, where's y'all best people? We want a 3-on-3. We'll even give you a 30 minutes head start. Let you get warmed up or whatever. Ah, good one, Mrs. Good. No, what's going on? Oh, and my boy Mika done unleashed the inner beast. Boy, just started putting paws on Shouty. Nah, Shouty got her ish pushed back so bad she started calling out for another man while she was dying in another dude's arms. But after they had defeated her, Tekkadan had finally made it to their final stop. And McGillis had revealed his hand that he had been supporting them this whole time, which leads to an interesting interaction with him and his brother-in-law, telling him how he always hated him and this.
I trusted you with my friendship, with my little sister.
I'll take good care of Almeria. Rest.
Oh, what? No.
I'll take good care of Almeria. Rest.
Oh shit, it's your boy. Okay, yeah. Oh man, I think he. Oh no, your audio. No, Simon, no, your audio.
Nah, bro, that is the last words you ever want to hear in your life.
Also, I just realized whose voice actor that was. Who did that voice? And I was like, I'm sorry, is that the voice actor that played Neji from Naruto and Toshiro Hitsugaya from Bleach? And this was a sleeper. This was a sleeper one who played dang, I forgot the main character's name from Busa Rinkin.
That this 30-something-year-old about to take care of your toddler sister. But them two are off doing their own thing. Mika and the rest of Tekkadan are about to have to face one of the most craziest mechs of the series. Because if you remember that Lieutenant Cranker guy from earlier, he actually had a subordinate that was super loyal to him. So loyal, in fact, that he was down to give his whole life just to get revenge. And did just that by sacrificing and giving up his whole body to his mech to have it perform in superhuman conditions. And boy, when I tell you this thing was moving like no other, this thing was dismantling the cast, was letting the supporting characters know that they was not making it to season 2. Oh, and when this mech known as the Evan Vinyana had pulled up to our boy Mika, this is the first time in the whole season that I have seen this man actually break a sweat. He was a little confused. He's like, hold up, is it possible for me to lose? Man didn't even think it was an option. Even though Mika had went through 3 of those painful surgery so he could have peak performance with his system, this man who gave his body up for it was just too fast for him. And when Mika realized what that man was able to give up, Mika knew that he had to give up a little more too. And you can see where I'm going with this, as man done sacrificed his arm and his eyeball and only decides to kill this man off when his boy Orga give him that order to do so. But with them able to hold Gallahorn back, was able to escort Cadelia to Earth, and that way they could negotiate Martian independence, ending the exploitation of Mars and its people and having them have their own foothold in the universe and be a bigger meaning thing into politics, solidifying a happy future for them. And usually in most stories and shows, this is where it would end. Get your happily ever after,
Let me guess.
imagining all the good things that are coming, seeing that everyone's just all happy and alive, that the people that did lose their life sacrifices weren't in vain because they made something great. Then you realize that you're at episode 25 of 50 and that this is a Gundam show. And then you question to yourself, what lies beyond the greatness? What happened to those happily ever after stories? Are they actually happily ever after? You sit and take it in for a bit, but you've enjoyed the show so far, you just want to see everyone happy afterwards, realizing you should have never crossed that road. So you have ignored my warnings and all my pleads, and you've decided to continue with this video and the series. God help you. Because as soon as you boot up episode 26, you realize there is no such things as happy endings. And any character that you care about, even in the slightest, probably will die a gruesome death. Because even though Tekkadan had got everything they wanted, they really got sucked into the politic game, which they are not built for. And they put way too much faith in my wife would like a McKids meal, please, as he wanted to take over Gallahorn, reform the system, and use Tekkadan as its military backbone. As boy based this on ideology and not reality, and believed just because he had this mech known as Blail that it meant automatic authority, and everyone said, F that, we hate you, and send everything they have at him and Tekkadan, who now went from the underdogs to public enemy #1. Oh, and things would just go bad to worse, as Gallahorn used every dirty trick in the book to mess with them. I mean, using dirty weapons, using the media against them, doing dirty politics, had their own mafioso family not even want to help them out. They even sent this son of a bitch to take out our loving space harem. No, they was trying to kill Mans, his wife, and all his kids on board. I mean, thank God our boy sacrificed himself so his family could live, but goodness gracious, if he didn't, we would have had babies floating out in space. Even his wives that had left his company and wanted to live their own life and get their own happy ending couldn't even get that. Bro, I really hope this boy gets squashed like a bug by the end of this series. Like I'm saying, I really hope this boy gets squashed like a bug by the end of this series. Like I'm saying, it
Okay,
just
so it did happen.
keeps getting worse. I guess since we're on the topic of harems, we talk about Mika and his two girls as they're feeling like it is so bad for them right now, as they're like, hey, Mika, let's go ahead and solidify this deal and have us some babies. So just in case for some reason you're not here, at least we got a little mini you with us. So it's like you're here in spirit or something. But honestly, from here, it is just going to be heartbreak after heartbreak every episode. From characters that we love being killed in an instant, from people that we thought were going to be together and end up never getting to see each other again, to even that PDF guy that got him into all this ends up dying, leaving Tekkadan to have to deal with the rest themselves. And they fall one by one by one until they lost someone that they couldn't move forward without. With Orga's death, who was there to tell Mika to keep fighting, to give him orders. With them only having 2 mechs left in their disposal, having to go against all of Galahorn's forces. And for you, my viewer, who was praying for a good ending, thinking some way they were going to make it out of this situation. And that's when you realize you should have stopped at episode 25. Mostly everyone from Orga to Mika to their allies in Tekkadan have fallen. And there's some that still fight for change for the Martians and the remaining people of Tekkadan through politics, with the remaining people trying to pick up the pieces and live somewhat of a normal life and make do with what they have. And I think one of the things that stick with me the most is the phrase that Orga kept saying to them in all of Tekkadan: keep moving forward, which I think is a beautiful saying till you realize you already achieved what you wanted. And once you do that, when do you stop? Because if they took that time to stop, maybe they would still be here. Maybe they could have grown. Maybe they could have built stronger alliances and planned for stuff like this. But hey, if there is a silver lighting, I guess my boy Mika don't gotta pay child support. You feel me?
fuck off.
3 weeks later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you all for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.